This is what I have to climb and look how deep that snow is. I can't do this.
No. Oh my god, this is literally terrifying. This is literally so terrifying. Oh my god.
She slipped in the rocky stream, tumbling toward the waterfall. The rocks were jagged, slick with rushing water, and she barely missed hitting her head. Her body skidded and twisted, the force of the current threatening to drag her over the edge. Another lady rushed to help, but in an instant she too lost her footing, falling forward with a splash. The first woman reached out, gripping her hand, but even that wasn't enough. The narrow ledges offered no mercy. What if they had both tumbled all the way down the mountain? What if the current pulled them into the jagged rocks below? The mind races imagining shattered bones, broken limbs, and the roar of water swallowing them whole. She walks alone on a narrow trail high in the snowy mountains. No roads reach this place, no cars, no people, just endless white and a cold wind that won't stop. Her eyes are already teary as she lifts her phone to record, her breath shaky. She feels lonely, exposed, and afraid. She keeps walking, hoping to see footprints or a figure ahead. Nothing. The snow is untouched. The silence feels wrong. The wind grows stronger. Her steps slow. The ground shifts beneath her feet.
Fucked. This is what I have to climb and look how deep that snow is. And I can't go all the way back to where I came because it's like way too long. It's all the way up there, then all the way up that ski lift, and then all the way across to there. I can't do this.
Did she slip on ice? Did fear make her lose balance? Or did something unseen happen to her? The video cuts out, but what if she didn't fall on her own? She walks along the edge of the mountain, the path narrow and uneven beneath her feet. Loose gravel shifts with every step, reminding her how easy it would be to fall. One wrong move, one small trip, and she knew she wouldn't stop until the mountain ended below. She forces herself not to look down. The fear is instant and sharp, tightening her chest.
No. Oh my god, this is literally terrifying. This is literally so terrifying. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm over here. Oh my god.
The wind brushes past her, light but unsettling like a warning. Her heart pounds, caught between terror and a dark curiosity. How far is the drop? Why does the edge feel like it's pulling her closer? She keeps walking, slow and careful, knowing how thin the line is between standing and disappearing. The deeper he walks into the woods, the quieter it gets. Curiosity mixes with fear. Then he notices the stems shaking, something huge moving between the trees. A shadow looms, almost like King Kong, but unclear. He runs without looking back, heart pounding. He doesn't know if it's following or watching from behind. Every step feels dangerous. Will it catch him? Or will he stumble before he ever knows? He's hiking at night, filming his path through thick woods and tangled bushes. Every rustle, every shadow feels amplified. The camera shakes in his hands as fear creeps in. Then he stops, turns slowly. There it is, a massive figure looming in the darkness. He can't tell what it is. He screams, and then silence. Did it turn toward him? Did it follow? Or was it something else entirely, watching, waiting? The footage ends before answers come. They were hiking at night, moving through thick, eerie bushes that seemed to gather in shadows. The group stuck close, every rustle making their hearts pound. Then, far ahead, they saw something red. They had to zoom their cameras to make sense of it. At first it was still, but suddenly it shot upward, rising like a human or like an angel. They all screamed. After that, Nothing is certain. Did it follow them? Did they find their way back? Or are they still lost in the dark with the red figure watching? He hiked alone, the forest quiet except for his footsteps. Then he noticed it. Fresh blood smeared along the trail. His heart raced. Fear gripped him, but he kept praising God step by trembling step, trying not to look too closely. Then he saw something ahead, something dark, twisted, moving in the shadows.
Dari kepalanya tuh lawan. Astagfirullah. 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 Allahu Akbar. Astagfirullahaladzim. Allahumma sholli ala sayyidina kepala. Allahu Akbar.
Did he collapse in terror, or did he somehow find the strength to keep walking? Nobody knows for sure. Only the blood marks remain. A group of adventurous hikers decided to try the giant swing, a daring game where a rope harness holds you as you fall, swinging over the forest floor. One by one they climbed, laughed and jumped, trusting the rope to catch them just before hitting the ground. But what if the rope suddenly cut? What if someone fainted mid-air, losing all control? The thought made their laughter stutter. Cookies and rice they had brought for snacks sat forgotten on the ground, tiny witnesses to the risk above. Would the rope hold? Or would the forest claim its own that day? A man filmed as he descended a staircase that seemed to go on forever. The steps were tiny, narrow and uneven, stretching down into a dense thicket of bushes below. Around him, other people were moving slowly, one by one, step by careful step. Every glance downward made his stomach tighten. What if he slipped? What if someone ahead fell, causing a chain reaction? Could they all tumble into the bushes below? The crowd pressed forward cautiously, each person waiting for the one in front. The staircase felt endless, tense, and fragile. A slow, nerve-wracking descent where every step seemed to hold a dangerous secret. Imagine hikers cliff camping during a storm, wind screaming, rain lashing, the rocks slick beneath your boots. You're hanging off the edge, rope tied to the camp. Every gust makes the rope strain, every thunderclap echoes in your chest. What if the rope fails? What if someone falls off the cliff into the darkness below? Panic rises so sharp it's almost physical. Who would follow? Who could save? Them? You try to pull the rope back, your hands slipping, soaked and trembling. Why are you even pulling it? To save them, or to stop the inevitable? The rope holds, for now. But the fear doesn't let go. Every second is a choice between trust and terror. Groups of people had hiked a mountain, a sheer peak wrapped in mist and jagged rocks. Around them the slopes were steep, almost vertical, and the height could make one's stomachs twist. They were trying to climb down, carefully picking footholds, hands gripping rocks and vines. Why take such a risk? What could they possibly gain from clinging to that cliff? The fear was visible in every trembling movement, yet they pressed on, slow step by slow step. A man was on the mountainside attempting what he called a precision jump, carefully stepping along narrow iron rods, one step at a time, testing balance and control. Each move required total focus. But halfway through, he slipped. He fell, plunging toward the river below. The water hit him hard, and he landed awkwardly on his leg. What if it broke at that moment? What if he lost all sense of balance and tumbled further? Every second was a knife edge between skill and disaster, and the roar of the river made the fall feel endless. A man carefully stepped onto a bridge perched at the edge of a cliff. It wasn't just a bridge, it looked like a ladder too, a strange mix of both. The steps stretched endlessly in front of him, disappearing into the mist. He couldn't see where it began, couldn't see where it ended. The bridge shook with every movement, swaying as if alive, and his heart raced with panic. He wasn't alone. Others were crossing too, each step slow, tense, deliberate. What if he slipped? What if his leg gave out mid-step? What if the bridge itself betrayed him? Every second felt like teetering between trust and disaster, each shaky plank a reminder of how thin the line was between standing and falling. When he walked on that tiny rock path, fear gripped him with every step. On his left and right was nothing but an endless drop. No ground, no safety, just open space where a single misstep could send him plummeting. He couldn't move sideways. He couldn't look around. Panic pressed into his chest, making each breath sharp and shallow. He forced himself to look straight ahead, only forward, one careful step at a time. Any slip, any moment of weakness, and it would be over, death, or a life broken forever. The path demanded focus, courage, and control. Looking ahead was the only way to survive. Deep in the woods, mountains rose like jagged teeth, each slope facing another, creating shadows that twisted in the fading light. Between them, a narrow staircase descended, worn and uneven. The lady stepped carefully, one foot after the other, the planks groaning under weight. The forest was silent, but the height made every step feel like a risk. What if someone slipped? What if a misstep sent them tumbling down into the darkness below? Fear clung to the air like mist. Every glance around, every rustle in the trees made hearts pound. Curiosity fought panic. What awaited at the bottom, and who would dare reach it safely? Two men approached a dark hole, its edges slick and narrow. Water trickled from somewhere deep inside, forming small streams that glistened under their lights. They could see exactly where the water came from, winding through the rock like veins in a living thing. Cautiously they entered, moving through the shallow, cold water step by slippery step. The hole seemed ordinary at first, but what if it wasn't? What if they got stuck midway, trapped in the narrow, watery shaft? Panic would rise instantly, hearts hammering, lungs tight with fear. Snow blanketed the mountain staircase, each step hidden beneath a thick, icy layer. Two hikers were making their way up, one in front, the other not far behind. The wind howled around them, carrying the bite of the cold and the sharp scent of fear. Suddenly the front hiker's foot slipped. He tumbled down, the snow crunching beneath him, a blur of motion. In an instant he collided with the hiker behind him, sending both of them sliding uncontrollably. The staircase, narrow and steep, offered no mercy. Some bystanders rushed forward, grabbing at them, anchoring them just enough to stop a complete fall. But the danger didn't vanish. Every step they had taken was now overshadowed by what could have gone wrong. Could someone have hit their head on the icy stone? Could the slide have ended in a fall down the mountain, lost to the snow forever? A hiker squeezed himself into a narrow cave wedged between massive rocks, the space tightening around his shoulders and chest. The air was cold and damp, and every sound echoed too loudly.
Fun! Let's go!
Panic crept in as he realized how little room he had to move. What if he got stuck and couldn't pull himself out? What if something sharp or alive brushed his leg in the darkness? His mind raced, imagining teeth, claws, or a shape slowly approaching from deeper inside. Set out for a peaceful solo hike, the forest quiet enough to hear her own heartbeat, until a low rustle froze her in place. Stepping from behind the trees was a massive grizzly bear, its eyes locking onto hers.
You're okay. Oh my god. No, you're good. You're okay. Okay. Please don't come here. Thank you. Please go. Please go. Please, no. No, please. Please don't come this way. Oh, thank God. Holy shit.
Terror surged through her body. She couldn't scream, couldn't move. Every survival instinct battled inside her as the bear stood just feet away, breathing heavy, powerful, unpredictable. For a moment she was sure this was the end, but then, miraculously, the bear turned, uninterested, and slowly wandered back into the thick brush. Her legs trembled, her heart pounded, but she was safe, and forever changed by the encounter. This clip shows someone taking adventure to a whole new level, hiking with a parachute right in the middle of a steep, closed-in mountain range. Just watching it is enough to make your palms sweat. Every step looked risky. Every move felt like it could end badly in a second. Yet he kept pushing forward like it was nothing. The wind was wild, the ridge was tight, and one wrong shift could have sent him straight off the cliff. But somehow he managed to stay in control, glide through the danger, and make it across safely. Some people really live for that kind of adrenaline. Thank goodness he made it through, because that was terrifying just to watch. So, this guy and his friend were walking through a quiet town in Veracruz, Mexico late at night when something up ahead made them freeze.
¿No? Sí. Tengo una lamparota super expandex. Ah, bueno, tú tienes tu luz azul. ¿Sí?
Güey, ese es el velador de...
Es el velador, ¿no? Ah, velador. ¡Ey! ¡Velador!
Aguanta, espérate, ey. Shh, no te muevas.
Güey.
No mames, no te muevas ahí. Güey,
¿Velador?
ese no es el velador, güey.
Güey, no es el velador. Sí,
No.
Yo también pensaba que era el velador.
No, aguanta, deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, Deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, güey, eso no es el velador. No digas perras mamadas, güey. Perdón.
At the end of the road, they saw what looked like a woman in a bright yellow dress just standing there, completely still, facing them. Then, slowly, she turned and drifted around the corner. Naturally, they chased after her, but when they got there, she was gone. All they found was an old, pale statue in a yellow dress beside an abandoned children's park. Locals say the park is haunted and that the statues move after dark. So, did they actually catch one in action? So this guy set up a dashcam deep in the forest just to see what roams around at night, and the camera ended up catching something straight out of a nightmare. In the middle of the darkness, this bizarre creature walks by. Long body, weird movement, and those glowing eyes that look way too bright to be normal. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. When he uploaded the clip, the internet went wild. People kept replaying it, zooming in, arguing about what it could be. An unknown animal, something not meant to be seen, or something completely unexplained. Whatever it was, it left everyone seriously unsettled. This person decided to take on Harihar Fort in India. Yeah, the one known for those insanely steep 80-degree rock stairs carved right into a triangular cliff in the Trimbakeshwar mountain range. These steps date all the way back to the Yadava dynasty, between the 9th and 14th centuries, and trust me, they feel every bit that old. You're basically climbing the side of a narrow cliff with nothing but rock beneath, your feet and a whole lot of air beside you. One wrong move isn't just a stumble, it's a disaster waiting to happen. The closer you get to the top, the more your legs shake, your hands sweat, and your heart pounds. It's beautiful, and absolutely terrifying. So this group was out in the wilderness, just cruising in their truck when things suddenly got way too real. Out of nowhere, a massive elephant walked up to them, slow, silent, and clearly not in a friendly mood. Before they could react, the elephant wrapped its trunk around the front of the truck and actually tried to flip it over. The whole vehicle was shaking like crazy, and everyone inside was holding their breath, hoping the truck wouldn't tip. After a few tense seconds that felt like forever, the elephant finally let go, just stared at them for a moment, then calmly wandered back into the bush like nothing happened. Would you ever go wilderness driving after that? This group of tourists was out hiking in the wild, enjoying the trail, when they suddenly came face to face with a massive gorilla.
Can you imagine the terror of suddenly encountering a gorilla in the wild? Let's take a look at this heart-pounding moment when a group of tourists faced an enormous threat during their jungle adventure. At that moment, a 600-pound gorilla suddenly leaped out of the dense undergrowth and charged straight at the tourists. At first, the gorilla didn't seem aggressive, so the tourists stayed still, not daring to make a sound. They knew that this gorilla had a strong protective instinct, and any perceived threat could have dire consequences. However, in the next second, another gorilla emerged from the bushes. To everyone's shock, this second gorilla grabbed a woman's clothes and tried to drag her into the forest. As her companions desperately held onto her, things took an unexpected turn. The first gorilla suddenly went into a frenzy and started attacking the tourists. Fortunately, one of the tourists managed to grab a tool just in time and scared the gorilla away.
At first, nobody panicked. They tried to stay calm and move slowly. But then things took a scary turn. Out of nowhere, the gorilla lunged at one of the women and tried dragging her toward the bushes. Everyone froze for a moment, but instinct kicked in. The group started yelling, waving, doing anything they could to scare it off. After a tense back and forth, one of the tourists finally managed to frighten the gorilla enough for it to back off and disappear into the trees. It was easily one of her worst experiences, but thankfully everyone walked away unharmed. This clip has been blowing up on Reddit, and honestly, it might be one of the most nerve-wracking videos you'll see today. Someone climbed 172 feet straight up, just to dive into the water below. Watching him stand at the edge alone sends a chill straight through your body. His legs look steady, but you can feel the fear behind that calm face. Then, without hesitating, he jumps. A full dive from a height, where one wrong angle could have ended everything. He hit the water hard, disappeared for a moment, and somehow came up without a single serious injury. That's wild. That's insane, and definitely not something most people would even dream of trying. This guy was out on the mountain, skating across the snow like it was nothing, completely unaware he was speeding straight toward a cliff.
This man had no idea he'd just escaped death, because while skiing down the mountain, he was completely unaware that he was headed straight toward a cliff and didn't notice it until the very last second. Fortunately, he was all good.
One wrong move and it could have been over. As he slid closer, he suddenly realized what was happening, and that's when pure instinct kicked in. He threw his weight back, tried to stop himself, and barely managed to grab onto the snow before going over the edge. Honestly, he escaped what could have been a really bad, life-changing fall. Just a split second slower, and this would be a very different story. Would you ever try skating on a mountain like that? This guy was out camping deep in the woods, just chilling by the fire, and soaking in the quiet when he suddenly realized he wasn't alone. Out of the darkness, something started walking toward his camp, moving slow, low, and way too quietly. It looked like a mountain lion. He froze instantly. No sudden moves, no sound, just hoping it wouldn't notice him. The creature circled his tent, sniffing around like it was checking if anything was worth chasing. After a few tense seconds that probably felt like forever, it wandered back into the trees. Hands down, one of the scariest uninvited guests you can get in the wild. This TikToker decided to camp at a new spot thinking it would be a chill night, but it turned into something straight out of a horror movie. In the middle of the night, he started hearing these strange screams echoing from deep inside the woods. Not animal sounds, not human, just wrong. Curious and a little freaked out, he grabbed his light and walked into the trees to check it out. That's when things got even stranger.
Oh my god, Phil, it sounds like someone's being fucking raped.
Dude, you need to fucking help that fucking person, man. It's supposed fucking
Phil, that sounds like fucking like some scary movie shit.
Fucking middle of nowhere. I have the biggest fucking revolver ever, dude. I'd fucking do it.
Give me first.
That's probably. Dude, we're in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Dude, that sounds like some haunted ass shit, dude. What happened to the other steel target?
There's two. Wait, what the fuck
There's one right there on the ground.
What the fuck is that?
It's on the ground.
What the fuck is that? The fuck is what?
That right there. What the fuck is that?
Dude, that's not normal.
No. Please tell me you guys are fucking with me. Oh! No!
He started noticing weird shapes and movements between the trees, like something was watching him. Then out of nowhere came the loudest scream he'd ever heard. That was it. Pure panic. He turned around and ran straight back to camp. This video was posted by a Reddit user who decided to visit Dukono, one of Indonesia's most active and absolutely wild volcanoes. It's the kind of place people warn you not to go near, but she still hiked all the way up the mountain just to see it with her own eyes. The moment she got close, the ground shook, the air looked hazy, and the smell? People say it's unbelievably bad, the kind that hits you instantly. Add the risk of toxic gases and sudden eruptions, and it's definitely not your everyday sightseeing trip. But she stood there, watching one of the planet's most dangerous volcanoes up close. Now be honest, would you dare go to a place like this? This video, shared by a nightmare junkie, shows a man hiking deep in the woods when things took a terrifying turn. At first he thought he spotted a bear lurking nearby, until it suddenly moved fast, too fast to be a bear. Before he could react, the creature tried to go after his dog, but the brave pup stood its ground, barking and protecting its owner. The man could barely believe what he was seeing. The thing's movement was unlike anything normal. Realizing it wasn't safe, he grabbed his dog and got out there as quickly as he could. Whatever that was in the woods that day, it definitely wasn't something he ever wanted to see again. A TikToker was camping near the woods when strange noises woke him up in the middle of the night. Curious but nervous, he grabbed his camera and stepped outside to see what was going on. As he started recording, he caught something weird. A dark shadow creeping behind a house deep in the woods. It wasn't an animal. The movement looked too deliberate, too human, but not quite. His heart was racing and fear took over.
What the fuck is that? Ain't shit up there. Ain't shit up there. fuck? Where we going? The fuck is that? Alright. Hey, I'm black. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here.
He didn't dare get closer, just kept filming from a distance, hoping it wouldn't notice him. Whatever that thing was, it disappeared into the darkness, leaving him completely shaken and wondering what he had just witnessed. A Reddit user shared this eerie photo after visiting a cemetery late at night to take some pictures. Everything seemed normal until the next morning. When she went through the photos, she spotted something strange. In one of the shots, there was a faint outline, almost like the shape of a human figure, but transparent, blurred, and glowing slightly in the dark. No one else was there at the time, and there was nothing around that could have made that shadow. The photo quickly went viral, leaving people wondering, was it just a trick of the light, or did the camera actually capture something from beyond? Whatever it was, it's enough to give anyone chills. While walking through the garden of his apartment complex, a Reddit user was just messing around with his camera, testing the shutter sound and snapping random shots. No intention, no target, just a few quick clicks. But out of the 5 photos he took, one came back completely wrong. Something or someone showed up in the frame. Nothing had been there a second earlier, nothing unusual in sight when the picture was taken. Yet the image suggested otherwise. Maybe it was pareidolia, just the mind-twisting shadows into shapes. Or maybe he accidentally captured something that wasn't supposed to be seen. The kind of thing that lingers in the background, watching, waiting, unnoticed until it's too late. 2 friends posted a TikTok of their late-night ride through a fog-soaked forest. At first, everything felt like a normal, chill adventure. Just the hum of the bike and the mist rolling in. Then the screams started. Sharp, twisted, inhuman. Almost like several voices crying out at the same time. They froze.
Oh! Oh! Qu'est-ce qui se passe? What? Tu vois là-bas? Putain, il y a un truc! Pardon. What? Tu l'as vu? Oui, j'ai vu. T'as vu une... Là-bas? Attends, tu veux te rapprocher pour voir? C'est quoi? Je sais pas. Il y a un truc blanc là-bas. Il s'est arrêté. Oh! Putain! C'est quoi ce bordel?
Attends, mais je rêve ou tu vois le...
Mais là-bas, là, regarde, on voit bien, on est d'accord? Oui. Il y a quelque chose de blanc.
Qu'est-ce qu'elle fait ma trottinette? Mec, il y a un truc bizarre qui se passe là.
What?
As they scanned the trees, a pale shape slowly leaned out from behind a trunk, just enough to be seen through the fog. The screams grew louder, closer, and the moment they realized they weren't alone, they sped off without looking back. Later, they suggested it could have been SCP-96 or the infamous rake lurking in the woods. Whatever it was, it definitely wasn't normal. A Reddit user shared a photo and a story that's been creeping people out ever since. Their mum had built a small walkway behind their house, lined with driftwood and mossy sticks, and snapped a picture to show the family. But when she looked closer, something strange was standing in the background. She cropped the image, circled the figure, and that's when things got unsettling. The forest behind their home is usually calm, nothing more than a coyote or a black bear. But this figure didn't match anything natural. It wasn't a tree stump, it wasn't a person, and it didn't blend with the lighting. The shape looked pale, statue-like, almost edited into the scene, yet it was really there. A shadowy figure no one can explain. This TikTok video captured a creature that looked straight out of a nightmare, an insect-like thing crawling across the ground with translucent skin that showed its insides shifting as it moved.
I just found this outside of the town. In the comments, if you know what type of bug it is. It's like some weird alien bug.
The strangest part was the long yellow bulge running along its tail and upper body, pulsing and expanding like it was alive on its own. The campers watching were confused, freaked out, and whispering about how alien it looked. Sure, it might just be a type of flatworm called a planarian, but its eerie otherworldly appearance leaves plenty of space for the imagination to run wild, and none of it feels comforting. While driving home after a long hike, this Reddit user ended up capturing something far more unsettling than the lightning storm raging around in the sky. The road was the only focus at the time, but the camera picked up something strange lurking in the sky. Some commenters claimed it looked like a night owl, others said it moved like a bat. But whatever it was, it didn't fit any normal shape. It hovered for a split second, almost too still to be a bird, too defined to be a reflection, and too distorted to explain away. Maybe it was just a creature caught mid-flight. Maybe it was a light trick. Or maybe it was something that wasn't supposed to be seen at all. This video was shared on TikTok and it's seriously creepy. The guy was just walking down his street at night when he noticed something strange moving in the wilderness nearby. At first, he thought his eyes were playing tricks on him, but then he saw it clearly. A weird figure, covered in white cloth, with glowing white eyes, just moving around under a tree like it was playing. He couldn't tell if it was a person, a prank, or something not entirely human. The moment the thing realized it was being watched, it vanished instantly into the darkness. He stood there frozen, trying to process what he'd just seen. That night, he definitely learned he had a neighbor he never wanted to meet again. A Reddit user shared a chilling photo taken by a friend who set out to capture a forest fire, but ended up with something far stranger. In the long exposure shot, a distorted figure appears, stretched and ghost-like, as if caught mid-movement in a place where no one was supposed to be. The friend claimed no one else was out there that night. Some believe it's a spirit drawn to the flames, others insist it's just motion blur playing tricks on the eyes. Real or not, the image feels wrong, like something unnatural slipped into the frame, watching from the darkness where it shouldn't exist. Reddit user Terrypilled captured something unsettling in one of his photos. A pale, human-shaped figure lurking behind a bush near the suspension bridge at Pisha Campground. At first, it looked like nothing more than a trick of the plants, but when he compared it to a daytime photo, the spot was empty. That's when things got creepy. Some people think it might be light reflection, motion blur, or maybe even an animal caught mid-movement. Others swear it looks like a ghostly apparition, something not meant to be there at all. Just a strange coincidence, or something genuinely paranormal hiding in the woods. Early one morning on Thomas Mountain, California, a hiker noticed an eerie, almost unnatural silence that sent shivers down the spine. Before heading back to camp, a few snapshots of the surroundings were taken. Nothing seemed out of place. But later, one photo revealed something chilling. A strange head, barely visible, peeking from behind a branch. It wasn't in any of the other pictures. Questions linger. What exactly was hiding there that day? Whatever it was, it left a haunting mark on an otherwise peaceful morning, and it's drawing curious eyes back to that exact spot. Driving home late one night along a lonely mountain road surrounded by endless woods, a woman noticed something strange near her house. She stopped just long enough to snap a picture, and what appeared in the photo sent chills down her spine. A dark, blurry figure stood motionless by the roadside. It could have been a shadow, or maybe something else entirely. She drives that same road every day, yet she swore nothing had ever been there before. The photo still haunts her. Was it just a trick of the trees, or something watching her from the darkness? That road now feels less like home, and more like the start of a horror story. This video was shared by the Alien Archive, and it's deeply unsettling. A local man, familiar with every inch of his mountain town, went for a walk when he spotted something unbelievable. Two tall, humanoid figures standing motionless at the top of the mountain. The area was completely deserted, no reason for anyone to be there. As he tried to move closer for a better look, both figures suddenly vanished, gone in an instant, like they dissolved into thin air. To this day, he has no idea what he witnessed. Were they human, or something not meant to be seen? What do you think? This video was shared by Rocky Mountain Sasquatch and it's seriously creepy. While hiking through a remote trail, a man spotted something unusual sitting on a small crossover bridge. At first it looked like a child, but as he zoomed in he realised it wasn't. The figure was covered in dark hair, its face pitch black, and it barely moved. Whatever it was, it didn't look human.
I can't say for sure what it is, but I noticed it was a child size at the time and I assumed adults would be around. But when I look at my video, it is all that I see. Maybe someone should research the area back there. It bothered me enough to go back and measure the handrail.
The man stood frozen, unsure whether to get closer or run. Some say it could be a young creature of something far stranger. What do you think was really sitting on that bridge? A Reddit user shared a terrifying moment from a hike in Rocky Mountain National Park. While walking a quiet trail, she suddenly froze. A massive moose emerged from the trees, stepping right onto her path. The creature was huge, powerful, and far too close for comfort. She stayed completely still, praying it wouldn't notice her. Luckily, the moose turned away, wandering back into the woods. But if it had charged, things could have ended very differently. One wrong move, and that peaceful hike might have turned into a nightmare. Would you dare to stay calm with something that size staring you down? A lone hiker ventured deep into the thick forest, surrounded only by silence and towering trees. But that peaceful calm was shattered in an instant, and a massive bear emerged from the shadows. With no time to run, his heart pounded as he dropped to the ground, pretending to be lifeless. The creature circled him slowly, its heavy breath brushing against his skin. Then came a nudge on his foot, a test. Every second felt like an eternity. Finally, the bear turned and disappeared into the woods, leaving him trembling in fear. He survived, but the memory still haunts him. Reddit user shared this eerie photo, and it's left people questioning what really happened here. While hiking, she came across a tree bent unnaturally to one side, twisted as if an invisible force had been pushing it for years. But here's the strange part. There was no wind. The air was still, silent, yet the tree looked like it had been frozen mid-scream against a storm that never came. Some say it's nature's mystery. Others think there's something far darker behind it. What could have caused a tree to grow like this, in a place so calm and quiet? A Reddit user shared a chilling moment from her hike. While walking through the woods, she stumbled upon a small bear cub. Thinking it was harmless, she pulled out her phone to record the adorable scene, unaware of the real danger lurking nearby. Where there's a cub, the mother is never far behind. One wrong move, one loud sound, and she could have faced a deadly attack. Every second felt tense. Every rustle in the trees sent chills down her spine. Luckily, she managed to back away safely. But not everyone who meets a cub in the wild lives to tell the story. On October 3rd, 2019, a group of hunters was deep in the forests of Ontario when an eerie sound shattered the silence. A low, guttural scream echoed through the trees, raw, tortured, and nothing like they'd ever heard before. It wasn't an animal, yet it didn't sound human either.
Oh my God.
The hunters froze, gripping their gear, their hearts pounding as the sound grew louder, then suddenly stopped. The forest fell completely silent, almost like it was holding its breath. Whatever made that sound was still out there, watching, hidden somewhere in the dark woods, waiting for them to make a move. A TikTok video taken in Mexico has left viewers completely baffled. A woman exploring the mountains captured something eerie, a small figure standing motionless at the mouth of a cave high up on a cliff. At first she thought it might be a child, but that thought quickly faded.
Empecé a ver una cara en las rocas, pero lo más importante es que adentro de las caras aprecio ver dos piernitas, que no sé si lo logran ver, no sé si logran ver ahí adentro de ese ojo, veo a dos piernitas, parecieran, a ver si se puede apreciar ahí. Empecé a ver una cara en las rocas, pero lo más importante es que adentro de las caras aprecio ver dos piernitas, que no sé si lo logran.
How could a child climb that high? And why was it just standing there, staring down? The figure looked human, yet something about it felt disturbingly wrong. Its proportions, its stillness. Could it be a member of an undiscovered tribe? A ghost haunting the cave? Or perhaps something far darker, a creature that hides where no human dares to go? What do you think she really saw up there? This chilling story was shared on Reddit, and it's one that still haunts everyone who's heard it. During a quiet winter hike in Bunya Mountains National Park, a family stopped to capture sunlight breaking through the trees. Hours into the hike, they hadn't seen a soul. Later, while reviewing the photos, the daughter pointed out something no one remembered seeing. A woman in a long black dress standing deep in the woods. Her presence felt wrong. Her clothes too old for this time. When the photo was shown to others, everyone felt uneasy. Some say that the same trail carries a dark, watching presence. What do you think the woman is? A ghost or someone hiding in the forest? Or even just a normal hiker also? A man hiking deep in the woods captured something that left viewers unsettled. A tall, dark, humanoid figure moving deliberately among the trees. Its posture was strange, its movements unnatural, and it didn't resemble anything human. The figure seemed aware, almost as if it knew it was being watched. Some say it's a shadow, others believe it's something far more disturbing. But one thing is clear. Whatever that thing was, it wasn't supposed to be there. What do you think was walking through those woods that day? A Reddit user shared a haunting discovery from an old photo taken along the Thames River path in the UK back in 2013. The photo appeared to show a peaceful, empty trail leading toward a bright clearing. For years, it was dismissed as light at the end of the path. But after zooming in recently, something far more unsettling appeared. A white, glowing figure standing where no one should have been. Even stranger, its shape shifts slightly between shots, as if it moved. No one was there that day, or at least that's what they thought. Whatever it was, it's beyond explanation. A TikToker uploaded a chilling video that's left viewers completely unsettled. The footage shows a strange white figure moving slowly through the woods, its shape neither human nor animal. The way it walked, almost unnatural, like something not meant to exist in this world. It didn't make a sound, didn't react, just glided through the trees as if watching. The TikToker shared the video, desperate for answers, but no one could agree on what it was. Some say it's a ghostly presence, others believe it's something far more sinister, something that shouldn't be roaming the forest at all. What do you think that figure was? This chilling set of photos was posted by a Reddit user, and what they captured will send shivers down your spine. While walking with his dad through death row at the old Missouri State Penitentiary, he decided to snap a few pictures. Everything seemed normal until they looked closer. In one of the photos, standing right behind his dad, was the faint shadow of a woman's figure, someone who clearly wasn't there. His dad later said that, near the end of the walk, his legs suddenly gave out, almost like something had drained his strength. If you zoom in on the third photo, you can see her, a dark, ghostly shape lurking in the hallway. So what do you think? Was it just a trick of the light, or something still haunting those prison walls? Would you dare to visit death row alone at night? From whispers to screams, this is the moment you'll never forget. This terrifying video was posted by Dopdokua on YouTube, and it captures every camper's worst nightmare. A man was out in the wilderness, tucked safely inside his tent, enjoying a quiet camping experience under the stars, until he heard something moving just outside. Curious but cautious, he slowly unzipped his tent, only to come face to face with a massive bear. He quickly zipped it shut, heart pounding, as the bear began circling the tent, sniffing and pushing against the fabric, trying to get inside. In a moment of pure panic, he started shouting, and luckily that was enough to scare the bear away. But just imagine that, alone, trapped inside a tent with a wild bear inches away. What would you do in his situation? Stay quiet and hope it leaves, or make noise and risk provoking it? And would you ever dare camp again after an encounter like that? Think you've seen it all? This next moment will change your mind. This eerie video was posted by Bigfoot's Testimony on YouTube, and it's giving serious chills. A woman was driving alone along a quiet forest trail at night. That's when she suddenly heard a bone-chilling scream echoing from deep within the woods.
Oh my god, no, fuck that.
The sound was loud, haunting, and unlike anything she had ever heard before. She stopped the car, scanning the dark tree line, but there was nothing there, just that eerie, echoing scream that sent shivers down her spine. You can almost feel her fear through the voice, alone, in the middle of nowhere, with something unseen calling out from the dark. What do you think made that sound? A wild animal? Or something far more mysterious? And be honest, if you were in her place, would you stay and try to find the source, or turn around and get out of there fast? The fear doesn't stop here, it only grows. This heart-stopping video was posted by Aidan Sargent on YouTube, and it captures one of the most terrifying moments you'll ever see during a base jump. Two thrill seekers set out to leap from the Twin Falls, Perrine Bridge, expecting an unforgettable adrenaline rush. But for one of them, it nearly turned tragic. As they jumped, one man's parachute failed to open properly, sending him plummeting straight toward the river below. You can feel the panic as he spins out of control until by sheer luck he hits the water instead of the rocks. Miraculously, he survived with no serious injuries. Just imagine. What if there hadn't been water below? Would you still dare to jump from such heights, knowing one wrong move could mean disaster? Adrenaline or not, is that kind of thrill really worth the risk? Fear lingers in the silence, waiting for its moment. A TikTok user posted this chilling video, and it's something straight out of a nightmare. A lone hiker decided to explore the forest at night, surrounded by nothing but darkness and the eerie whispers of the trees. While walking, she stumbled upon a black hole in the ground, which looked like an old forgotten well. Out of curiosity, she leaned closer to see what was inside. That's when everything changed.
¿Escucharon? ¿Escucharon eso? ¿Qué? Se oye allá abajo. ¿Hola?
From the darkness below, a shadowy figure with glowing eyes suddenly appeared. When she called out hello, the creature responded with a distorted, inhuman sound that sent chills down her spine. She screamed and ran for her life, leaving the camera rolling behind her. What was that thing hiding in the well? Was it trapped or waiting? If you were in her place, would you have dared to look inside or turn back the moment you saw it? The deeper we go, the more terrifying it becomes. This jaw-dropping video was posted by a Reddit user, and it might just be one of the most nerve-wracking things you'll see today. Two hikers were crossing the iconic Hillary Suspension Bridge, one of the world's highest suspension bridges, on their journey from Phakding to Namche Bazaar, en route to Everest Base Camp. The bridge swayed high above a deep valley, with strong winds and only narrow cables keeping it from disaster. Every step echoed with fear and adrenaline. One wrong move, and it's a straight fall to certain death. You can almost feel their hearts racing as they inch their way across, surrounded by nothing but the roaring wind and the dizzying drop below. Would you dare to cross a bridge that high above the ground? Or would you turn back the moment you look down? What you're about to witness might haunt you long after this ends. This wild video was posted by a trailblazing teen on YouTube, and what started as a peaceful day in the woods quickly turned into a heart-pounding encounter. While hiking and enjoying nature, these friends suddenly spotted a huge bear walking straight toward them, and worse, it was eyeing their food cooler.
Wildlife is a huge part of being out in nature, and one of my craziest encounters happened while I was camping. As we were winding down for the evening, a black bear wandered into camp, eyeing our food cooler. It was bold, trying to grab it right in front of us. We had to shout and throw firewood to scare it off. It was a heart-pounding moment and a powerful reminder of how important it is to store your food safely in bear country.
Panic set in for a moment, but instead of running, they stood their ground, shouting and waving to scare it off. Amazingly, it worked. The bear turned away, disappearing back into the trees. That kind of bravery in the wild isn't easy. One wrong move and it could have gone very differently. If you were in their place, would you stand your ground and make noise or run for your life? And what's the scariest animal you've ever come face to face with in the wild? The line between reality and nightmare blurs right here. This chilling video was posted by a TikTok user who went camping deep in the woods with his dog, expecting a peaceful night surrounded by nature. But what was meant to be a relaxing experience quickly turned into a terrifying one. As night fell, strange, unexplainable sounds started echoing through the forest. His dog began growling and barking, staring into the darkness as if something or someone was out there. Yet, when he looked around, there was nothing to be seen.
Without a doubt, the creepiest campsite we've been to. After arriving late to the campsite, there was nobody else there. It was very quiet, but for some reason, I just had the hairs standing up on the back of my neck, and the dog was constantly growling at different things, and heaps of animals in the surrounding nature. Not usually a scary thing, but just for some reason, this particular camp spot at this time of night just really put the wind up me.
The eeriest part, they were completely alone at the campsite, miles away from civilization. Every rustle and echo made his heart pound faster, and the forest suddenly felt alive with unseen eyes. So, what do you think it was? Something natural, or something else entirely? And if you were in his shoes, would you stay to investigate or get out of there before things got worse? The line between reality and nightmare blurs right here. This eerie video was shared by a TikTok user who captured one of the most terrifying moments of her life.
I think I found the perfect camping spot.
Can you help me?
What the fuck? Hello?
No.
Oh, hell no.
Can you help me?
She went camping deep in the wilderness, far from civilization. As she wanted to begin setting up her camp, she casually called out, "Hello," just to make sure she was alone. But what happened next sent chills down her spine, her voice answered back. Startled and confused, she looked around, but there was no one there. No campers, no hikers, no sound of footsteps. Just her and the echo of that haunting reply. With her heart racing, she grabbed her gear and ran from the spot, not daring to look back. What do you think that was? An echo? A prank? Or something far more mysterious hiding in the woods? And if it were you, would you stay to find out or run just like she did? This chilling video was shared by Rocky Mountain Sasquatch on YouTube, and it'll make you question what's really out there in the woods. While exploring deep in the forest, he captured something truly strange. A tall, dark, human-like figure moving quickly between the trees. Its movements were sharp, deliberate, almost intelligent. And here's where it gets even creepier. Nearby was a wooden structure, the kind often rumoured to be built by Bigfoot itself.
And then on this expedition, Duke and Kelly documented another Bigfoot-shaped track near the same location. Not saying we captured Bigfoot at the structure, I don't know what it is, but it's interesting to point out. When I put out our expedition video with this structure in it, I saw what appeared to be a humanoid-like figure in the woods peek at us quickly twice from cover of the aspen trees. Not saying it's Bigfoot watching us inspect this log structure. However, Duke found a 16-inch long Bigfoot-shaped track next to the structure that he believes is pretty fresh. And after finding the same humanoid subject in a still photo of the structure in the same general area as the peeker on video, thought I would point it out for you all. When I zoom in on the photo, the creature or whatever it is has a lighter shade of color in the face area.
That looks like possibly the hip section or shoulder blades. I'm not an expert on bones. Don't know if it's a deer or elk, but something must have had a mill right here. Yeah, you check it out, Jen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Viewers have been debating non-stop. Some are convinced it's real proof of Bigfoot, others think it's just a person in disguise. But the mystery remains unsolved. So what do you think? Was that really Bigfoot caught on camera, or just something our minds can't quite explain? And if you were there in that forest, would you follow the figure to find out, or run before it notices you? This chilling video was shared by Exploring with Angelo on YouTube, a channel known for its spine-chilling explorations into haunted houses, cursed places, and encounters you'll never forget. He ventured deep into the forest to uncover the truth about the dreaded demon house. But what started as an exploration quickly spiraled into one of the most terrifying nights of his life. At first, the silence was heavy, almost suffocating. But then, everything changed. Out of nowhere, an invisible force shoved him violently, slamming his body against the wall with a strength no human hand could carry. His heart pounded, fear coursing through his veins.
Just kind of want to take a quick peek. Oh, there's like nothing here. Oh! Ow! Oh, what the hell? What the f is that? Something just pushed me. Oh! Shit! What the f? Guys, like... Something just pushed me like right into this thing.
But before he could process what had happened, it got worse. Within minutes, something unseen struck his face. Then again, harder.
Oh! What the hell? Oh, something just hit me in the face. Oh, something like with some force literally just hit me in the face.
Imagine standing in pitch darkness, completely alone, with something unseen attacking you. Would you have stayed? Would you fight against the unseen? Or would you run for your life before the demon house claimed you too? From whispers to screams, this is the moment you'll never forget. This chilling video was shared on Alone is Scary vlog, a channel that is well known for diving deep into the world of the paranormal and capturing terrifying encounters on camera. Standing in the middle of nowhere, curiosity got the best of him, and he went hiking deep into the forest when something caught his eye. An old, isolated house decided to step inside. But what his camera captured will leave you in shock. As he explored, a chilling sight appeared, a white ghostly shadow reflected in the glass. His heart pounded.
Itu orangnya di luar. Tuh. Apa itu? Astagfirullahaladzim. Ada suara anak kecil. Kayak suara anak kecil bermain ya, teman-teman.
And then it got worse. From the silence of the woods came the sound of children playing, yet no one was there.
Coba yang satunya gimana? Ini Bang Jal tersesat di mana sih? Tuh. Wih. Siapa? Siapa tadi yang ketawa? Hah? Siapa tadi yang ketawa? Kula nuwun. Wes. Ini ruangan apa ini?
Who built a house this deep in the forest? Why do unseen forces seem to linger around it? And most importantly, if you were there, alone, with voices echoing through the dark halls, would you stay to uncover the truth or would you run for your life? What you're about to witness might haunt you long after this ends. We got this story from Jasko on YouTube, a channel known for diving into the darkest, most haunted places you could ever imagine. Tonight's tale isn't just creepy, it's a chilling descent into the Devil's Forest, where what they thought was just another van camping trip nearly turned into their last. To test whether something is really lurking in the forest, one of them clapped, and with a shaky voice dared any unseen spirit to clap back. Then, a sound echoed back from the forest, clear enough to send chills rushing through their veins.
Alright, spirits, I want to play a game called Hide and Clap. We hear you around us right now, but I want you to show us what direction you're in. So what's going to happen is I'm going to make a noise just like this. You ready? Just like this. The fuck was that?
No way.
And what I want you to do is replicate that noise, so let me know what direction you're in. 3, 2, 1. Just like this, spirits, just like this.
Dude, it's right behind you.
Do you want us to come down there? I really don't want to.
I don't either.
Bro, it sounded like something just clapped. Okay. Can we try something? Oh, fuck, Chaz. Yeah, do it. Our favorite game of hide and clap. You ready? Oh, hell no. Hell no.
What was it that answered them? Could something truly be lurking in those woods? Or was it the forest itself reminding them they were not alone? Would you dare step into a place where shadows respond to your call? Or would you run before the unseen shows its face? The deeper the forest, the darker the terror. Let's see what the forest holds for us next. Min Story, a YouTuber whose channel is well known for diving into the paranormal and capturing terrifying encounters on camera. He went camping deep in the forest at night, expecting peace under the stars, but what his camera recorded will send chills down your spine. As he sat by his camp, a dark, ghostly shadow suddenly appeared behind him, silent, shifting around in the darkness. What was that? A spirit haunting the woods? Or something far more mysterious lurking in the dark? Alone in the forest, with only the crackle of fire for comfort, imagine realizing you're not alone. Would you pack up and run for your life, or stay to see what that shadow really is? If your heart's racing now, brace yourself. It's about to get worse. This video was shared by Cursed Urban, a channel known for uncovering the most chilling and unexplainable things caught on camera. He hiked deep into the woods, the night pressing in around him, when suddenly, his flashlight froze on something unusual. Right there, in the middle of the forest, stood a strange structure, long sticks and branches carefully arranged, leaning against a tree, forming a haunting teepee-like shape.
You guys see that? Okay, that I think, let me check. Get the phone out. Yup, that is our point. That teepee structure in the woods is our point. It's so quiet out here, guys. It's unreal. Yeah, this is our point. I don't think I'm going to fit in that, though. It looks a little bit too small for me. Looks like somebody was recently out here, though.
But here's the terrifying question. Who built this? Was it just some campers playing around? Or was it something far more sinister? A ritual site, a warning, or maybe even a place where something waits? The deeper you stare at it, the more unsettling it becomes. It doesn't look random, it looks intentional, almost like a message. Would you dare step closer to check it out? Or would you turn around and run before finding out what it's really for? Just when you think the nightmare is over, it only gets worse. This video was shared by Wididuiputra on YouTube, a channel well known for exploring haunted places and testing courage in the most terrifying locations. He went to an ancient cemetery, said to be the oldest and most cursed in the area. Behind him stands a massive banyan tree, its twisted roots stretching wide, radiating an eerie energy. Locals warn that this place is haunted by Gendruwo and Kuntilanak, spirits often seen here. As he sets up his camera for the night test, the atmosphere thickens. Then his camera caught something very strange moving around the tree. A shadow moves and then vanishes into the thin air. The camera caught this multiple times.
Pasti mengalir dan dilancarkan lagi, teman-teman. Ini teman-teman pohonnya ya. Akarnya itu udah bercabang-cabang kemana-mana, teman-teman ya.
What are these strange shadows moving around? Are they the unreal creature guarding the tree? Alone, surrounded by unseen forces, would you dare stay longer in this cursed graveyard? From whispers to screams, this is the moment you'll never forget. Kuba Mysteri, a YouTuber whose channel is known for venturing into the darkest, most haunted places, uncovering mysteries many would never dare to face. That night, he entered a deep forest, a place hidden from the eyes of most. Locals whispered of unspeakable tragedies. A woman was murdered and her body was left to rot until it turned to bone. Imagine stepping into that very crime scene at midnight. Would you dare? Then it began. Strange movements in the shadows, whispers all around the forest. What was making those movements? An unknown spirit or what? And then a woman's sobbing cry echoes in the dark. Could it be her spirit, forever trapped?
Allahu Akbar. Terus dia kabur. Dia kabur juga. Astaghfirullahaladzim. Masya Allah. Kayak ada yang lari di arah sini, coy. Arah sini ada yang lari tadi.
What would you do if the spirit of a murdered soul stood before you crying? What's next isn't just creepy, it's the stuff of nightmares. Franco TV on YouTube shared this terrifying video. His channel is known for venturing into the darkest, most haunted places, capturing what most of us would never dare to see. He went alone into the cemetery at night, with nothing but his flashlight and courage guiding him through the silence. Every step echoed like the dead themselves were listening. Suddenly, his eyes caught something unusual, a strange, dazzling shadow moving in the distance. It flickered like light, yet carried the form of something alive.
Right now I am in the room, and it is complete dark in here. I could barely see anything in front of me. I can see the light on the outside. Hola? I saw what looked like some sort of like a reflection of light. Turn off the light. Turn off the light. Oh, what was that? The light.
His heart raced. Was this a wandering ghost, a restless spirit moving between the graves, or something far more sinister hiding in the dark? Alone in the cemetery, with the unknown watching back at you, would you keep recording, or would you run before the shadows close in? What comes next might be the most chilling part of all. This video was posted by Yupri Karim, a creator known for diving into the world of the paranormal and capturing the most unsettling experiences on camera. He decided to spend the night camping deep in the forest, completely alone. At first everything was quiet, just the sound of the trees swaying. But then, the silence broke. Strange animal-like voices began echoing through the darkness. The deeper the night grew, the louder and closer the sounds became. Imagine being out there, surrounded by nothing but shadows, unsure of what's lurking just outside your tent. Was it really animals making those noises, or something far more sinister? Could it be spirits mimicking voices to lure him out, or a creature of the forest watching, waiting for him to step outside? If you were in his place, would you dare unzip that tent and face whatever was calling in the night, or would you stay hidden, hoping morning comes before it finds you? terrifying encounter was shared by Angbona TV, a YouTuber known for hiking deep into the woods and exploring eerie, mysterious places. While hiking deep in the woods late at night, he suddenly heard something that froze him in place, a faint movement among the trees. He turned his light toward the sound but saw nothing. Moments later, he said he heard a scream through the darkness. It wasn't an animal, it sounded almost human, yet no one was there.
So I do remember there was one time we had a crazy experience, but if I recall correctly, it was like back there. I swear I just heard something moving through the trees. Or maybe it was just a crackling from my campfire. Okay. Okay, that was that, like, scream again. What the hell is that? I swear we hear that, like, every time we come here. Last time, too. I do have my knife on me, just in case. So I don't know if it's out here, or why. I don't know why, it seems so much spookier out here. It seems like hazy down there. I could barely even like really see properly. Let me get my flashlight out. Either way, it's an adventure.
Alone in the silent forest, every rustle, every echo felt like something or someone was watching him. What could be making those screams in the woods? A wild creature? A lost soul? Or something far more terrifying that doesn't want to be seen? If you were in his place, would you investigate that scream or run for your life before it's too late? Fear lingers in the silence, waiting for its moment. While hiking off trail deep in a canyon within the San Bernardino National Forest, this Reddit user stumbled upon something that sent chills down his spine. A massive footprint pressed into the dirt. It wasn't human, at least it didn't look like it. The print was roughly the same length as his own foot, a man size 12, but nearly twice as wide. Nearby, faint impressions hinted at toes, yet this was the only full footprint. No trail, no follow-up prints, just one haunting mark in the earth. What could have made it? A massive animal? A trick of nature? Or something far more mysterious roaming the forest that night? If you were alone in the woods and came across a footprint like this, what would you do? Would you turn back immediately, or follow the trail to uncover what was left behind? This eerie video was shared by Sasquatch TV on YouTube. In the clip, a massive dark figure can be seen in the distance, its shape unclear, its movements unsettling. It didn't look entirely human, yet it didn't look like any known animal either. But one thing was clear, it was violently shaking a tree, as if trying to make a statement. The person filming captured it from afar, too afraid to get any closer, and honestly, who wouldn't be? What kind of creature has the strength to shake an entire tree like that? Could it really be a Sasquatch, or is there something even more mysterious lurking in those woods? If you were the one filming and saw a figure like that in the distance, would you stand your ground and keep recording, or drop everything and run for your life? Think you've seen it all? This next moment will change your mind. This video was shared by a Reddit user, and it captures one of the most intense encounters you could ever imagine in the wild. a photographer ventured deep into the woods, simply hoping to capture some stunning nature shots. But what he didn't expect was to come face to face with a massive bear creeping toward him. The air grew still, his camera still rolling as the bear came closer and closer. Luckily, he was prepared. In a split second, he pulled out his bear spray and used it just in time, sending the animal running back into the forest. But here's the real question. What if he didn't have that spray? What would you do if a bear started approaching you in the middle of nowhere, with no one around to help? Would you stand your ground, or run for your life? This eerie video, uploaded by Adam23817 on YouTube, has left viewers completely baffled. In the clip, a woman is out hiking alone in the forest, recording a peaceful moment surrounded by nature. But what her camera captured was far from peaceful.
Isn't this gorgeous? We are on the backside of Marylhurst College. I had no idea this was down here. And probably wouldn't have if Izzy didn't chase a big white-tailed deer right through the woods. She is having the best time. Aren't you?
Just seconds after she starts filming, something strange moves in the distance, like a brown, shadowy figure gliding between the trees. It didn't move like a human, and it didn't stand like any known animal. What was it? She didn't even notice it while filming. But once the video hit the internet, viewers were quick to spot the mysterious movement, and everyone's been trying to figure it out ever since. So what do you think was lurking out there? Was it a person, a spirit, or something beyond explanation? And if you were in her shoes, would you keep recording, or run before that shadow got closer? From whispers to screams, this is the moment you'll never forget. This video was shared by a TikTok user who captured something chilling while walking alone at night.
So this frickin' thing, it's staring at me. It followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I think I don't know what to do. But it followed me home and it is absolutely staring at me right now. Alright.
This eerie video was posted by a TikTok user who decided to hike deep into the Mojave Desert, miles away from civilization, with no signs of life and nothing but the endless sand and silence. But then, that silence was shattered. Out of nowhere, a bone-chilling scream echoed through the desert air. No one around, no footprints, no hint of where it came from. Just him, alone, surrounded by emptiness. Panic kicked in as he started running, his heart racing with every step. Imagine being miles away from help and you hear that same scream pierce the night. What would you do? Would you stand your ground and try to find where it's coming from? Or run before whatever made that sound finds you first? Because out here, no one can hear you scream back. Shadows hide secrets, and one is about to be revealed. This video was posted by MA Journey, a YouTuber known for venturing deep into the woods, exploring the unknown, uncovering hidden cabins, and experiencing the raw beauty and danger of nature firsthand. While hiking deep in the woods, the snow suddenly began to fall hard. Within minutes, everything turned white and eerily silent, the kind of silence that makes your heartbeat echo in your ears. The trail vanished. The forest looked unfamiliar, dangerous. But then, through the thick snow, he spotted something. An old abandoned cabin barely standing. That small shelter might have been his only chance to survive the storm. But here's the real question. Is that cabin truly safe? alone in the middle of the forest, with a snowstorm raging outside. Who knows what could be lurking just beyond the trees, watching. If you were trapped in a blizzard like this and found an old, forgotten cabin in the woods, would you take shelter inside? Or would you risk the storm and try to find your way out before nightfall? This chilling video was shared by a TikTok user who went hiking deep into the woods at night. Everything seemed calm, until their camera caught something truly disturbing. A dark shadow figure gliding. It appeared for just a split second before vanishing into the darkness, faster than the eye could follow. When the clip was posted online, viewers were left speechless, arguing over what it could be. Was it a ghost, a shadow person, or something far more sinister lurking in the night? Imagine being there, surrounded by darkness, and seeing a shadow move where no one should be. Would you dare investigate, or run before it returns? What do you think that shadow truly was? A trick of light or proof that something supernatural walks among us? This video was posted by Aventuras y Jose, a YouTube channel known for hiking deep into the mountains, uncovering the raw and untamed beauty of nature, and sometimes stumbling upon the most unexpected, heart-stopping encounters. While hiking through the vast mountain desert, he spotted something that instantly made him stop and zoom in his camera. In the distance, a figure was walking, then entered somewhere. A moment later, he saw someone moving into this cement tube, almost as if it were his home.
Desde aquí agarré una. Uy. Si es persona. ¿Será mujer o será hombre? ¿Quién sabe? Pero se ve que va bien. Yo lo grabo por cualquier cosa, mi gente. Pero ese señor o mujer, o quién sabe qué será, mujer o hombre, no se sabe. Pero lo agarro muy lejos. Cuídense mucho en las montañas porque aquí hay mucha víbora cascabel. Ah, se metió. Fíjense mi gente que por allá vi que se movió algo. Parece que se metió en medio, pero no ha salido. Lo agarro lejos, muy lejísimo de aquí, pero esa persona ahí, uy, se oyeron como cuetazos. Pero ya a ver, por ahí está muy lejos. Por ahí ve, mire. Parece que es un tubo y hay algo por ahí. Allí vive alguien, ahí en eso, hacer como un tubo de cemento. Y por ahí como que es una casita o algo. Alguien que vive por ahí. Yo lo vi desde lejos, pero vi el bulto. Pero es persona, no es animal, ni es ni vaca, ni nada. Pobre, a lo mejor sí, pobrecito la gente que vive así, no es fácil. Pero lo agarro lejos de aquí. Es una casita y un tubo por ahí. Ese tubo tiene hoyo por dentro y por allí vive alguien. Yo lo vi que iba caminando, pero no lo alcancé a agarrar. Y ahí, como está algo frío, ahí se me hace que está durmiendo. Sí, en continuación yo buscaba la ruta por donde voy, pero no he visto ni un coyote. Y aquí hay mucho coyote salvaje aquí.
But here's the chilling part. This place was miles away from civilization, surrounded by nothing but silence and sand. Why would anyone live out here, completely cut off from the world? Was he hiding from something or someone? The thought alone sent shivers down his spine. What could drive a person to choose isolation in such a barren, unforgiving place? If you were the one who saw this, someone disappearing into a concrete tube in the middle of nowhere, would you get closer to find out the truth? Or turn back before you discover something you wish you hadn't? This chilling encounter was captured by Outdoor Boys, a channel known for their family adventures in the wild, camping, traveling, forging, cooking by the campfire, and exploring the great outdoors. While on a solo night camping trip with his young son, hoping to enjoy some quiet family time under the stars, things suddenly took a chilling turn. What began as a peaceful night quickly turned into a moment of fear and suspense.
Ooh, it's bright. Got the fireplace turned around so I can work on it a bit. You hear that?
Out of nowhere, the sound of wolves growling, or was it laughing, echoed just outside their tent. His son was fast asleep, and he knew one wrong move could change everything. He stayed perfectly still, holding his breath, praying the creatures wouldn't come closer. Just imagine! If his son had woken up and cried at that moment, what would have happened next? Would the wolves have attacked? It was his brave silence that kept them safe that night. Now tell me, if you were camping deep in the forest and heard wolves circling outside your tent, what would you do? Stay silent or run for your life? The deeper the forest, the darker the terror. This eerie video was posted by Felipe Sena, a YouTuber known for exploring some of the most haunted and mysterious places you can imagine. While hiking along a mountain trail, he stumbled upon something unexpected. An abandoned car, rusted, shattered in the brush below the road. It looked like it had crashed years ago, tumbling down the steep slope before coming to a stop below the road. Curious and uneasy, he made his way down to take a closer look. The doors were twisted, the glass shattered, but what truly sent chills down his spine was the silence. No sign of anyone, no trace of what really happened.
Não tem ninguém não. Não tem ninguém aqui, né? Os paralamas. Parece que veio de lá mesmo, não foi? Ó, a árvore quebrada. Acabou caindo aqui, ó. Para-brisa. Não sei se foi o pessoal que roubaram os pneus. Que carro seria esse, hein? Aí, ó. 1.8. 16 válvulas. Rapaz, aqui parece que a pessoa sobreviveu, né? Se o pessoal vier mexer aqui no carro. Rapaz, vocês acham que capotou quantas vezes, ó? Vocês acham que deu perca total? Esse carro vai parar aqui, cara. Tem ninguém não. Isso aqui deve ser da lateral, né? Dali, ó. O banco quebrou.
What do you think went down here? Was it a tragic accident? Or something far more mysterious that forced the driver off the edge? Imagine standing there, staring at that wreck, knowing it's been waiting there for years, untouched, forgotten, and full of questions. Because sometimes the mountains don't just hide accidents, they hide stories. What you're about to witness might haunt you long after this ends. This video was posted by Taste of Nature, a YouTube creator well known for venturing deep into the mountains to camp and explore the raw beauty of nature. While hiking through the mountains, she thought it would be a peaceful, refreshing exploration, the kind that clears your mind and fills your soul. But nature had other plans, Out of nowhere, dark clouds rolled in, and within minutes the sky unleashed a heavy downpour. The rain hammered the trail, turning the ground slick and dangerous. Completely alone, drenched and shivering, she desperately searched for shelter until she spotted a rock overhang just big enough to hide beneath. As thunder roared and the rain continued to drop from the sky, she realized how she'd been trapped out there, exposed and helpless. Now imagine being in her place, stranded in the mountains, rain crashing down, the path vanishing. Beneath your feet, how would you feel? Would you try to push forward through the storm, or pray that the mountain gives you a safe place to hide? Sometimes, even a peaceful hike can turn into a fight for survival. One wrong glance, and you'll see what shouldn't be seen. This chilling video was posted by Dave Explores, a YouTuber known for hiking deep into mountains to uncover the hidden truths buried within them. While hiking deep through the mountains and forest, he stumbled upon something that shouldn't have been there. An abandoned house, standing eerily silent in the middle of nowhere. No neighbours, no signs of life for miles. The place looked old, forgotten, its walls cracked, its windows shattered.
Two-story cabins are pretty common in Idaho and Montana because of all the snow. I'd never see these in Nevada or Arizona, but it's really neat out here. Wow, what happened to the floor? Looking through the window, what's crazy is this is one of the least developed valleys in Idaho, which means this view hasn't changed much. There's no way to get to the second story. It would have been bedrooms up there. So it was a bit of a bunkhouse situation, a couple bedrooms up top. And then down below was a kitchen and living area. And right by was a small cabin. Oh, the old bed. That's it for this log cabin though. Everything's been taken out. It's neat. I like the log cabin style. The roof's all falling down now.
But one question lingered. Who would build a house this far from civilization? Was it once someone's secret hideout? Or maybe a place used to hide something that was never meant to be found? The deeper he explored, the stronger the feeling grew that he wasn't supposed to be there. Now imagine standing in front of that lonely house, the forest silent all around, the air heavy and still. Would you dare step inside? Shadows hide secrets, and one is about to be revealed. This mysterious video was uploaded by Jesse's Drone Adventures, a creator known for exploring the mysterious, the abandoned, and the unknown. He discovered something bizarre in the middle of the desert, a strange cluster of objects caught on Google Earth. He decides to check it out, but what he saw, he couldn't believe his eyes. Dozens of old luxury cars, once symbols of wealth and power, now sit abandoned and rusting beneath the scorching desert sun.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally found what we came out here looking for. And look what it is. It is literally a canyon full of old cars. I'm sure by now you're probably asking yourself the same set of questions that I'm asking, with the number one question being, how on Earth, or Mars for that matter, does something like this happen? How do dozens of classic cars like this that were once somebody's pride and joy end up in a wash miles out in the desert? And the crazy part is, once I made it back home and started researching this place, I was surprised by how little information exists. The only results that populated on Google was a picture taken here back around 2010. With little information being available, my mind started to wander, and it eventually led me to the conclusion that maybe I just found Arizona's version of the train station. And if you don't get that reference, I highly suggest that you get a subscription to Paramount Network and watch Yellowstone. I showed some pictures of this place to my friend that doesn't live too far away in Kingman, Arizona, and he said maybe you found a spot where the mafia would dump people's cars after they whacked them for cheating in casinos. Now, if this was near Las Vegas, Reno, or Laughlin, I would say he's onto something, but to my knowledge, there aren't any casinos nearby, and I don't think the closest town is big enough to have a mafia, in my humble opinion. Now, a couple minutes ago, when I chatted it up with the people in the white truck, I did ask them if they knew the backstory as to how all of these cars ended up here. And I'll get back to that in a minute here, but for now, let's hike down in the canyon and see what we can find. Hopefully we don't run into any rattlers. Eek. I have no idea what this one was. Part of me wants to say Oldsmobile, but I really have no clue. If you guys know what make and model this car is, let me know down in the comments section. Getting down there is actually the easy part, but it's the getting back up that becomes a problem. Look at all that metal and steel. As long as these aren't too hot, I think we can kind of play hopscotch on the cars here.
But here's the real mystery. Why are they all dumped here? Who brought them to such a remote place? And what could have happened that made people just leave them behind all at once? Was it part of a secret project, a forgotten scrapyard, or something much darker hidden beneath the sands? Just imagine walking through a desert and stumbling upon this. Rows of high-end cars decaying in silence. What's your theory? Because one thing's for sure, this is not normal. Think you've seen it all? This next moment will change your mind. This chilling video was posted by Wandi Sumatra, a YouTuber well known for his fearless solo camping adventures deep in the forest. While camping deep inside a haunted forest, something truly unsettling happened. As the night grew darker, his camera captured a strange figure, something lurking among the trees just behind his tent, staring. Moments later, a shadowy form appeared, faint but visible, and then vanished into thin air. What was that? A trick of the light, or something watching from the darkness? Could it be one of the spirits haunting this forest, forever wandering between the trees? Just imagine being there, alone, surrounded by the whispers of the woods. Would you dare spend a night in a haunted forest, knowing something might be watching you from the shadows? The deeper we go, the more terrifying it becomes. This creepy video was posted by Jasko, a YouTuber well known for his fearless night camping adventures in haunted forests, places most people wouldn't even dare to walk through during the day. He decided to spend the night camping in his van, right in the middle of a haunted area, a place people warned him never to visit alone. At first, everything seemed peaceful, until the silence was broken by a faint whisper outside his van. Then came footsteps, slow, dragging footsteps circling.
Ghosts, spirits, I want to ask one more time. Can you prove to me that you are here right now? There's something walking outside, punching on the leaves. Oh! What the fuck? Hello? Hello? Oh my God. Oh! What the fuck is going on? Who's out here? Can you show yourself, please? Oh, I just heard something over there. I hear an owl. I almost wish I wasn't alone, obviously, but like, hello? Bro, I don't know if that was my eyes playing tricks on me, but it like got significantly darker for like half a second.
Heart pounding, he grabbed his flashlight, trying to see who or what was out there. But the beam revealed nothing, just empty darkness staring back at him. Yet deep down, he could feel it. Something was lurking close, watching, waiting. Imagine being trapped inside your van, alone, miles from civilization, with something unseen stalking around you. Would you step outside to confront it, or stay silent and pray it goes away before the night gets worse? Because in places like this, sometimes what you don't see is far more terrifying than what you do. Just when it feels safe, the real horror shows itself. This mysterious discovery was captured by Outer Range, a YouTuber known for his daring hikes through the deserts and mountains in search of hidden cliff dwellings, mysterious petroglyphs, and long-forgotten ruins. While hiking along a rugged mountain cliff, he stumbled upon something truly outrageous. A cluster of ancient stone houses built right into the side of the mountain. There were rooms, passageways, and walls carefully crafted by hands long forgotten. Yet strangely, no roofs remained. The silence around the place was heavy, almost as if the mountain itself was guarding a secret.
Range explorers. This is one of the greatest dwellings, multifamily dwelling for sure, that I have ever laid eyes on. This rivals Mesa Verde. Just trying to get a feeling of what it would have been like to live in a place like this. Here. Still has corn in there. There's a pocket in the wall. Not sure what that's for. Whoops.
Who lived here? Why would anyone build their home so far from civilization, high above the world where only the wind whispers through the stones? Imagine standing there, surrounded by centuries-old ruins, feeling the echoes of lives once lived in complete isolation. Was this a hidden village, a sacred place, or perhaps a refuge from something darker?